Hi friends, it's Amy Frillici here again with the Gathering Inkspiration Stamp Studio. And today I have a beautiful card for you. I want to show you especially how to kind of get the effect that, I don't know if you can kind of see. It's funny because I'm having a little bit of a hard time trying to be able to show you. Maybe it's just the video itself. But anyway, there's a wink of Stella on here, so kind of the clear, sparkly, glittery effect on the flower as well. So I'll have some pictures on my blog post about this too. So check out my blog. There'll be a link at the bottom of this YouTube video. So hopefully you can see that effect even a little bit better in the pictures. Anyway, I'll keep working on that throughout the video too to see if I can get you to be able to see that a little bit better, because I'm kind of bummed that you can't see it. I'm trying to like move it all around. Maybe you kind of get it and I'm just not seeing it as I'm doing it. But anyway, I just can't wait to show you the effect, how we create that on this card. And I do want to say a special thank you to Michelle Litwiller. She actually created this card for the Rubber Queen group Make and Takes in June this year. And I thought it was such a cool idea that I wanted to make the card also. So I wanted to show you, like I said, how to get that effect on the card. But thank you. This is not my idea. So I want to make sure to give credit to Michelle for that. So thank you, Michelle. Anyway, let's go ahead. I want to show you, I'm going to scoot these little guys out of the way because I want to show you the products that we're using on the card. So we are working, of course, out of, this is the only thing you can work out of right now. This is a rare time when we don't have another catalog to order things out of, but that's good because there's so much in here. I mean, look at this catalog is so big. We've got lots of fun stuff to play with in here, so we certainly do not need another catalog. My wish list would be like crazy long if we had more to choose from. But anyway, okay, enough about that. So I want to show you, this is the stamp set that we are using. This is the Soft Sayings. It's actually an all-inclusive card kit. And I have all those cards down at my stamp studio. Otherwise, I would be able to show you them, but you're going to get a pretty good idea. So can you see, these are all the cards that are in the kit, and if you can tell, they feature, I think, 4 of our in colors. I think that the Fresh Fig, that kind of deep purple, that's the only color that's not featured in here. But if you can see as I'm scanning through, we've got our Berry Burst, our Powder Pink, our Tranquil Tide, and the Lemon Lime Twist. And then actually, maybe I'll go right here. So these are all the parts and pieces that come in the kit. And then here is the stamp set. And today we are using the Just a Note, the flower, and the leaf. And I think that's it. So I want to show you though, another actually super cool, well, let me back up because I get so excited. I want to tell you guys everything all at once. So like I said, this is a card kit. We just happen to be using the stamp set that comes in this kit. But this particular kit comes with 20 cards. There are actually 10 different cards, and then you make 2 of each of them. So it makes it a little bit faster to put together because, you know, you're making one and then you make that second one. So it's kind of, you know, the efficiency of not having to learn 20 different cards that you're making. Plus the other really cool thing, and they don't show it in here, but they give you like a full color, like pamphlet fold out kind of a thing that tells you step by step how to put every single one of these cards together. And actually those are all 10 cards. So you get 2 of each of them. What else does it come with? So it comes with some really pretty envelopes that have kind of that watercolor effect on the flap. And then these are a bunch of parts and pieces. They come like on a sheet, so they're really easy. Like that is obviously not very big, but it comes on a sheet still. It's perforated but not punched out, so you can stamp on it and then punch it out, and it makes it really easy because it holds that little guy in place. Easy to stamp. You get some washi tape. You get a clear block so that all of your stamps fit right on the clear block. And then you get a little baby ink spot. That is the basic gray ink. Oh, also some baker's twine. And then these are really, really pretty. Some really fun like gold kind of embellishments, like gold glimmer paper, and they're already die cut, so you just again kind of pop those right out. But the other, well, actually let me show you. I back up, I get too excited. Like I said, this is the Soft Saying card kit. It's $35 to get the stamp set, 20 cards, the ink, and all the parts and pieces. And Obviously, I think you can all understand what a great deal. $35 for 20 cards. You can't go anywhere and buy 20 cards for only $35 these days. The even more fabulous thing is once you make up and use all 20 of your cards, you can get a refill kit, and that is $21. So that's basically like $1 per card is what it comes out to be, because you don't get the stamp set, the block, or the ink again, but you get all the parts and pieces again to make 20 more cards for $21. So, gosh, that was kind of like a huge plug for this card kit, which it is because it's so fabulous. And then after you have that stamp set, get a couple more things and you can make this card too. So that's what I want to show you. After what else? I have a couple of other things to show you. Oh, my favorite. This is the Fresh Florals Suite. So this is a piece of that Fresh Florals Designer Series paper in the Berry Burst color. I don't know if you can tell in this lighting, but that's been a huge question for people, and it was for me too. I'm going to be honest, when I first got my package of paper, it's a little bit darker here and a little bit lighter kind of through here. That's how it's meant to look, even though it might kind of strike you as not right, and that was the case for me. I almost called demonstrator support, and then I actually talked to another demonstrator who said, yeah, tons of people have been asking about that. So just know that when you get this paper, it's a little bit of like a washed watercolor kind of a look as well. So some parts are a little bit darker and some are a little bit lighter, and that's just how it looks. But it comes, if you can see the paper, so we've got this pretty floral and then kind of a bolder, more bold floral. So that's those two right there, front and back, right? So there's front, there's back. And then the other design is this kind of lattice look with the flower that actually, it's like they stamped that flower right there all over the Designer Series paper. So that's front and back. And then it comes in all 5 of our in colors. Okay, so that's the little strip that we're using today. And oh my gosh. Okay, so then the really fun effect that we get with this flower right here, we use some awesome products. First of all, we use our watercolor pencils. Right here, we are going to use, which one was it? It's Melon Mambo. So even though, well, I guess, yeah, it doesn't matter on this card. I made other cards that we use the Berry Burst cardstock, but pink is pink kind of when like you're watercoloring. So that one will be all right there. And then we are also kind of blending in with both our Aqua Painter for the flower part and then the blender pen for the little green dots right there, the little dots in the middle of that flower, I'll say. So, and then the last step was to put the wink of Stella over top. So I'm going to show you all of those things, but I just wanted to kind of tell you what we were using or show you. And those products can be found on page 200 and 201, all of the coloring tools. Yep, there it is right there, coloring tools in our annual catalog. So let me get started. Grab my pieces here. I've been using all these pieces to mark the pages in my catalog so that I can show you what I want to show you. So we are going to start, because the one thing I will say is I think you kind of need to do this in steps in order to make this turn out okay. So, and I'll explain what I mean by that. So we're going to use our basic black ink first of all. And where's my Stampin Pierce Mat? I am going to use this. I'm going to use that as my work surface. Okay, so nice easy tap, tap, tap there. Press straight down and straight up. So my first comment would be that I think we need to wait a second. Or after we've stamped our basic black ink on this Whisper White cardstock, I know that this is a permanent black ink, but it still does tend to smudge a little bit if you start watercoloring right away with it. So I think I'm going to show you dimensions next on these things and we're going to just kind of have to like put it aside every so often. And I'll show you a finished one in case this doesn't work out so well. I brought another one over that I kind of waited between things. So just know that if you kind of go step by step by step super fast through this, it might get a little smudgy and smeary. So I'm going to move that away for a second. I'm going to show you the sizes of things while I kind of let that sit for a sec. Okay, so this is a Smoky Slate piece of cardstock that measures our 8.5 by 11 We cut it in half right here at 5.5, and then we scored it in half at 4.25. Okay, so that's our card base. Then, I don't know if you can see that, right? There's another piece around here of Smoky Slate cardstock. So that one is just graduated in like a, well, let's see, 1/4 of an inch all the way around. So this piece measures 5.25 by 4 inches, and that's just gonna lay right on there like that. But it's easier to build the rest of our card on something like this rather than doing it on the card itself. So, oops, that upside down. Our designer series paper measures 5.25, same width as that piece, by 2 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of this guy. I think I can do that. Yep, I was looking to see if I want to stamp first, but I think I'm okay. We'll put this one on because this will kind of give me an idea where I'm going to put those other pieces. Okay, so I put my adhesive on there and I'm just kind of lining this up along the bottom. Okay, so that's that. So now I think I want to come back to my next step on this flower. So this is one of, let me find, here are all the watercolor pencils. They come in a little box like this. These are all the colors, and then here they all are in here. And they've got names on them, and then they've got the, colors, because they're a little bit hard to tell, especially when you have one that looks like that you haven't sharpened in a long time. You have no idea what color it is, but you can obviously tell from the bottom that was a basic gray. Okay, so I'm going to slip these guys back in here because we don't need these. Okay, we are going to use, like I said, our Melon Mambo. And so watercolor pencil, I am just going to kind of lightly shade this in, and obviously if you want more color, you're just going to go a little bit darker. It's funny, I feel like, is it already, I feel like it's, might be smearing just a little bit. So I've got another one. Yeah, see that little bit right there. So yeah, it just takes a little while to dry, but that's okay. I want to show you the steps, and then I'll show you one where I waited. Is this totally shaking? I can't tell. Probably is, isn't it? Okay. So I'm just kind of coloring this all in. Going around kind of in a circular motion just to add my color everywhere. Totally shaking. So there's, I don't think I can't like hold this piece of paper down and hold the camera. So, one of these days, right, I'm going to get that figured out. I keep saying that. I just get too excited to make another video, and then I start making it and I realize, oh, I still haven't figured that, how to get this so it's not wiggling all over the place. So anyway, that's the next step, is to just kind of color that in, and you can see kind of the lines and things. What we're going to use next is, actually I'm going to back up. I'm going to color in the little dots inside there. So this is our Lemon Lime Twist ink pad. If you just take this ink pad and kind of lightly squeeze it, what it does is it takes ink from the ink pad and puts it up in the top of the ink pad, bottom, top, bottom, whatever. And then these are our blender pens. Yep, so blender pen. And there are 2 tips, same exact thing on each end. I will tell you that just in case somebody used this before you, just kind of draw or rub it off on your scrap piece of paper to make sure there isn't any ink left over from the last project that you or whoever had this blender pen. So once it runs clear, it's good to go, and then you just kind of draw up a little bit of the ink from the inside of that ink pad, and then you just start kind of coloring in the little dots there. So it just kind of creates like a little bit, it's not the full kind of dark thickness as our markers. And you can see I'm just kind of rubbing that off until it runs clear again, so that it's good to go for the next time. And then, so you can use these blender pens in any single ink pad that you want. Just make sure you clean them off when you're done. Okay, next we are going to use our Aqua Painter, and you get 2 of these in the package. They have more of kind of like a brush tip, where the blender pens, this is more like a marker tip. Okay, it's a little bit harder, like it doesn't move quite as freely as this like paintbrush kind of a tip. So I'm going to again draw that, just make sure there isn't any ink on there, and then I'm just going to use this, and let's see what happens. I'm afraid maybe it's going to smear that black still a little bit, but it's not too bad. So do you see how, you see the difference, how it kind of, oh, just adding, I should mention too, there's water in, so this little thing comes off right here. Just go to your sink and put some water, fill it up with a little bit of water, and then put that back on there. Okay, and that's all that I use. You can put rubbing alcohol in here too, and it comes with two of them, so I have one that has water and one that has rubbing alcohol, and I just leave it in there. I've not had a problem. I store them in a little caddy kind of standing up like this, so it's not affecting my brush tip at all. Somebody else may tell you not to do that, but I haven't had a problem, and I've done that for years. So, and I'm not really squeezing either. I'm just, it kind of just naturally, the water just kind of flows out a little bit. So do you see how it's just kind of, I mean, I feel a little bit like an artist, even though I am completely not an artist. But do you see how it just kind of blended all those kind of scratchy pencil marks, if you will, from the watercolor pencil, and it just kind of smoothed them all out. So again, I'm just going to kind of rub that off on there and put the cap back on. And I'm done with that. So now I'm going to let this sit for a sec, because the last step is going to be to add Wink of Stella, but that, so the water, it makes it kind of curls the paper a little bit maybe. Anyway, you want to let that dry as completely as you can before you put your Wink of Stella on. So we're going to do, maybe my daughter Lily was helping me the other night, and I was saying, just Lily, blow on those flowers. So she would sit and just kind of blow on them. So that might be something you could do too, just to kind of help it along. Okay, so in the meantime, we are going to, let's see, we're gonna kind of use this, I guess, to kind of mark where we're gonna put our leaves. And I don't think it's really gonna matter. We could always add some more if we wanted to, but I'm gonna maybe put one right there. And if I don't like it, like I said, or if I need to add another one, if it's not sticking out enough. But I think that'll be okay, because we're going to punch that circle out and layer that on there. So this was soft suede ink with this little leaf stamp. And then our sentiment, just a note, I'm going to use basic black ink, which is what I used on the base of that flower also. And I do want to keep in mind that I'm going to have some ribbon running along here too. So maybe I should have been thinking a little bit more about that, but we'll put there. Oops, maybe I'll go this way. There. Because I don't want to cover it up. I want to be able to see that just a note. And you can see I'm kind of pushing to make sure I got all the ink, because I forgot to put my Stampin Pierce Mat underneath there, but that worked out just fine. Okay, so we're going to get that one out of the way. Okay, now this was our lemon lime twist finely woven ribbon. You see how that matches beautifully with the designer series paper, also in the lemon lime twist color. The beauty of Stampin' Up! Right there, right? They make it so easy to make wonderful coordinating projects because of all of the color coordination that we have. Okay, so I am gonna kind of run that along there, and I'm gonna use my fast fuse. I always like to use my fast fuse when I'm using ribbon, because it helps it tack down a little bit better. So there's one. Run that along there, and there's the other one. Okay, now we can actually put this on our card. So we're going to add some more adhesive, our fast fuse there. Make sure that's good. And get this lined up around all 4 edges, right? And then I'm just going to press firmly. Okay, so the last step, and let's see if this works for us. It's still a little bit wet, but let's see what we can do. So this is my Wink of Stella glitter brush, okay, in clear. And I will tell you, the first time that you get your Wink of Stella, you actually want to twist this off right here. This little box comes with a note in there that will tell you to do this. This is the only time you twist this cap like this, because there's a cover on here that you need. It's like a little black kind of a thing. You need to take that off so that the Wink of Stella that's in this reservoir actually can kind of come up to the brush. So do that once, the very first time only, and then never twist this again, okay? Now I've got that on there tight. All you do is kind of pull that off. So every single time you use it after the first time, just pull the cap off and put it back on. Okay, if you twist it, you're gonna get, dump it upside down, you're gonna get the Wink of Stella everywhere. So now I'm just gonna, so it's again kind of like a little paintbrush, can you see? And it's a little bit glittery kind of a look. You can kind of see what I have in there too, right? Or kind of what's coming through there. Don't squeeze too much or get a huge blob. It's one of those, yeah, I don't think I'm really even squeezing. Sometimes I want to squeeze a little bit more because I can't. It's almost like you can't see it quite as well when you're first working with it, but then it dries and there's so much sparkle to it. Okay, so I think that's going to be good there. So again, just pop it right back on there. And I'm going to show you one that I did because I think, can you see it's a little bit smeary? This is one that I did earlier today, and I'm going to bring that up to the camera so you can see, because I'm hoping, yeah, can you kind of see the glitter? I can see it. I don't know if you guys can or not, but when I'm looking at it not in the camera, I can see it more. But we're going to use this one on this card instead. But that's the idea. I did this exactly the same way, except I just waited a little bit longer in between the steps, and you can see how it's a little bit brighter and bolder. This one's just a little bit smeary looking, I think. So we're going to scoot that one out of the way. We are going to grab, this is the 1 3/8 inch circle punch. Turn that upside down so we can see what we're doing. And then we're going to just punch that out. Okay. So the final step of our card, we are going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back of our circle. And we're going to put it on our card. And let's see what you think. Let's see, move that where I want it. Maybe right about there. Yeah, there we go. So what do you think? Isn't that cute? Just a nice, fun, simple card. And like I said, once someone, if they were to order the stamp set, the soft sayings, actually the card kit that comes with this, just a note and the flower and the leaves, once they get that stamp set, then you can show them down the road. They could get some of the Smoky Slate cardstock, some white cardstock, the punch, the ribbon, the Fresh Florals Designer Series paper, and then they could make a bunch of cards like this. I just think it's a great, super versatile. Love all the sentiments too. Did I point all of those out? Because I am going to do that real quick because I don't think I did that before. And I want you to see like I said, very versatile. I'm going to read through them. If you can see there, it says, congratulations, happy birthday. I think you are wonderful. Hope your day is great. And actually, these are two separate stamps, even though it looks like it's kind of together. Happy birthday is one, and I think you are wonderful is another. It's almost like they didn't put enough space in between there. There's also a thanks. We use that, just a note. Love you lots. To my dear friend, I miss you, and I'm happy you're in my life. And then the other flowers and leaves and things. So super versatile, great for lots of different occasions. So get the card kit, get the refill so you can make more cards, and then you can use that stamp set to make this card as well. So I hope you were inspired today. I hope you enjoyed this project. Make sure you check out my blog at Inkspiration.com. There'll be a blog post on this card, as well as lots of other projects that I've been working on lately with new product from our new annual catalog. I would love to have you shop anytime at my website at amysuzanne.stampinup.net. Make sure when you go to, actually, let me back up. Both links to both my blog and my online store are in the details of this YouTube video. So that's a super easy way to jump over to my blog, grab the host code on the right side toolbar. Then when you're ready to shop, you can click on the link to shop. Use the host code that you found on my blog. When you spend at least $50 and use the host code, then I send you a free goodie in the mail. Just so you know, I do those at the end of each month. So if you order at the very beginning of the month, you might feel like you're waiting a little bit to get my thank you card and the goodie in the mail. But I basically wait until the end of the month, and whoever's ordered throughout the month, then I send all my cards and goodies out after that. So just kind of know that. Be patient with me, but I promise it's coming. A good example of something that you may may get with that free goodie in the mail is this finely woven lemon lime twist ribbon. So you never know what you're going to get. It's always a fun surprise, and I promise it's always awesome. It's always something new, especially right now. Everything, you know, there's just lots of new stuff in the annual catalog. So I hope you were inspired today, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.